Hey, Big Zeke here, doing a quick video uh, about this whole coronavirus thing. What do you guys think about it? I've been reading a lot on different platforms about how people, strongly disapprove of the whole fact that if we have martial law and we're confined to our houses, and then I read a lot that we should have it. So I'm just like wondering what your thoughts are on that, and if you want to leave them in the comments. But my biggest question about this whole thing, and hopefully somebody can answer this for me, is like, what do you, if they do have martial law, and what do they do about the homeless? Isn't that a good question? Like, I mean, they can't be confined into their house. And I was asking a guy at work that, and he's like, I guess they put them in jail. But I'm like, well, I was like, well, the city we're in has 5,000 homeless people. I said, if they put them all in jail, they would have to release the prisoners. So that's a really good question. I think California today, I don't think they're quite martial law, but the residents had to stay in their house and they could not leave, or their apartment buildings, or what have you. But I just wonder what the homeless people do. I mean, and if they make them all stay in a homeless shelter, they're not really quarantined, they're all together. It's like it's a large number of people. So that's really baffles me. Like, what do you do with the homeless people? Do they send them to Auschwitz? I have no idea. That's a little joke there. But I just do not know what they do with them if the whole martial law thing is. And have you guys been to the grocery? Have you guys been to the grocery and seen what it's like? When I first went to a grocery store, I just had heard about it on the news, and when I actually went, I was like baffled. It felt like I was in the Twilight Zone or post-apocalyptic movie or something. It was just really weird. The times that really are changing, I tell you, this virus that's going on. And also I heard on Georgia Nori that you can only get it once. It's very rare that you would get it a second time. And I've been wearing sort of like the chicken pox, but I've been wearing a face mask and gloves every time I go out. I was lucky enough to find one. It took a long time, but I actually managed to find one, and probably paid more than I should for it, but I actually got one, or like a respirator mask. But yeah, it's definitely crazy. I mean, I know there's all kinds of conspiracy theory videos on YouTube and stuff, but you really don't know what to believe. Just been, I keep my radio dialed to Coast AM, and just listen that's pretty much where I get my news at, is from Georgia Nori on weekdays. I don't even like to watch the regular news. It's really scary. I mean, if you watch it, I caught myself watching, Lester Holtz every day, and it was just like scary. And you notice how the media controls the markets. They give you a really bad news day at the stock market. The next day, the stock market will go down. If they give you a good news day, the stock market will rebound. If it's not so bad, it'll recover. It's just really, I don't think they should have that much power to control not just the U.S. markets, but the European market as well. I've noticed whatever happens in Washington, or if the president does well, or even the European markets are affected. Very strange. But I just want to do let me say one more thing. I thought I was getting I had like a sore throat, and I still got kind of like kind of the sniffles, but I don't know. I've been pumping myself with a penicillin, which I actually had some, and it sort of knocked it right out. So I don't know if it was the coronavirus or not, but that's another thing. You don't know what to believe about that. I read on Google that the, signs are sore throat and stuffy nose and stuff, and then fever. And then I saw on this other program where that the only signs are like respiratory. If you have trouble breathing and a fever, that's like the only signs of coronavirus. So I'm just really confused about the whole thing. Just really don't know what to believe nowadays. You read something and then you read something that contradicts it. It's very strange times. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video. I know if I do a long video, people don't tend to really watch it. But anyway, I appreciate you guys like and subscribe.